All right, so now that we have our shit together, this is what we will be planting. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa and we talk about all things plants here, as well as gardening. Today I am going to take you on a little bit of a tour of my garden here at my home in the country. We have two homes, one of them is in the city and one of them is in the country. The garden here is a lot bigger than the one in the city, so I'm going to do a little bit of a tour of what we're doing, what we have already done, and what we're going to be planting. The date today is May 29th, 2021. In the past, you've been able to plant your garden here where I live on about May long weekend, which was last weekend, and we had some frost advisory this past week, so planting a garden was kind of out of the question, but it is, I think we're in the clear now for the low temperatures, so we are going to plant that garden today and hope for the best. So let's go check out what we've already done, which isn't too much, but it's still worth mentioning. So here are our, I guess, three little gardens that we have. And we have this large one, and then we have the two back ones. I can tell you right now that the two back ones we usually do squash or melons. And then I have David here with me, and he's gonna just kind of run us through what we're gonna be planting in the larger one.
Okay, so right here, Melissa's already planted some beans.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have some tomatoes, and these are pole beans, and then we plant some regular beans. And to tell you the truth, we actually haven't gone through our seed collection yet, so I don't 100% know what we're gonna plant.
I can quickly tell you that these are little marigolds. Marigolds are told, or it could be just a rumor, I don't know, we're gonna try it out for the first time this year, that they kind of deter any bugs or slugs. So we're gonna kind of just plant them sporadically around the edges of our garden. And these three here, I guess there's four, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are haskap or haskap berries. So they grow, they're like a bit bigger than a blueberry. They're like this big. They're kind of oval and purpley blue in color, and they are delicious. All right, so now that we have our shit together, this is what we will be planting.
We'll be doing some purple beans, some soybeans, some Detroit red beets. Try some lemon cucumbers, some regular pickling cucumbers. We got some tomatoes that we had started indoors. We're gonna put a little dill here and something else, some kind of Brussels sprouts Melissa had got. And then here we're doing squashes of various types.
And then eggplants.
And then there'll be some eggplants and potatoes in the back. Those two holes there, which we separate from the rest. I usually plant ricin or castor beans, which are toxic, so hence they're not with the rest of the garden. And here we normally do sunflower seeds.
And then here we have just a package of runner beans that we're gonna try as well. Alright you guys, so it's been about 1 month exactly since we planted everything. So I'm going to show you what's coming up and how everything looks. We're going to start here. This is some beans that will grow up this trellis. So this row and this row were from last year's crop. And as you can see, there are some bare spots, but that's okay. I also forgot to weed this part. But they're growing and they're starting to attach themselves onto my trellis. This one actually, we have this guy and he goes all the way like up here. So that's fun, it's exciting. And then just over here we have some tomatoes. I have no idea what variety because we never label anything. And then we have more of those same beans. And then these are like a purple runner bean, I do believe. They're so pretty. Like, I'm very shocked after a month of how good things were going. In this row right here was supposed to be soybeans. They were gifted to me, so we tried it out. Although nothing grew, or we can't actually find the seeds when we like dig. We're thinking maybe they may have grown and maybe a bird or something came and ate them because there's like no evidence of the actual soybean, which is odd. In this row we have a small row of some beets. They're not that big, but they are not unhappy. Hi. And then here I have a small row of cucamelons. It's like a mix between a cucumber and a melon or something. They're very small, and I don't know if these just don't like our climate, but looks like there's a random, kind of looks like a tomato plant, and then there's a random squash or something there. We do have a lot of random things like that because we compost in the winter here and then we till everything into the garden. And then just over here we have just regular cucumbers, which seem to be getting a little bit sun damage. I think I learned that if you spray the leaves with water, the leaves sometimes get sun damage, but really, God waters from the sky and touches the leaves. So I don't know how, if I did it, it would affect my plants. And this, again, looks like a random squash or melon of some sort. Moving on to this little trifecta, we have 4 random tomato plants. This one's kind of looking sad. That's okay, I'll have to water stuff. And random squash, and then there's a marigold right there. And then we just like threw some dill right beside here. My shadow, you guys. Okay, here we go. This is just some dill, and then we have some onions, or maybe garlic. I think it's onions. And then there's a basil, and a couple more random squash. And then this bush, and then this bush, and that bush are hascat berries. They are delicious. They're like an oval-shaped blueberry, but they're a lot more tart. And they, as they get bigger, they become a little bit more sweeter. Moving on to these 2 rows are mostly squash, melon, cucumber, the bigger plants. We like this because we're not here all the time. We are now a little bit more, but we like to put larger plants out here because, as if you know, squash and cucumber, they tend to vine, grow really, really big. So I'm sorry if you hear beeping. There's some construction going on. And then it kind of hides the weeds, and then we don't have to work so hard with the weeds as they get bigger. So it's a good like advantage for us. This is, I do believe, a watermelon plant. I absolutely love the leaf shape. It's so cute. And then again, I have no idea what kind of squash these are. Spaghetti squash, probably. There might be some butternut. And there's probably some melon, maybe some Santa Claus melon or watermelon. I'm not 100% sure exactly. Here's another squash. There's actually, we threw a little canna lily in there as well. Some more squash. I feel like everyone put marigolds in their gardens this year. This one's really starting to trail. And then here we have, I guess there's 3, get out of the way. There's 3 little spots for potatoes, another marigold, and then these are eggplant. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They actually look really cool. I don't really like eggplant, but I don't know, they're like purpley, just like the fruit or the vegetable. So I think they're really cute. And just at the end, we have another random squash and another marigold. Seeing as I'm right beside my garden, I'm just gonna quickly show the non-edible stuff. Definitely not edible. These are castor beans. We like putting them here because they grow really, really tall, but just be careful because they can be poisonous. Well, they are poisonous. A couple more marigolds and a canna lily, and then just in the middle he just put random sunflowers, so hopefully those grow. Last year they didn't grow very tall, so I'm kind of hopeful this year. And then I'm going to show you my front little garden because that has exploded since a month ago. So this is my front garden that David made for my birthday. It's full sun, south facing, so let's just jump into. We do have a couple edibles. We have some, there's 3 pepper plants. I think these are super hot peppers. Yeah, they're Ring of Fire chili peppers. We have this is a elephant ear. Also, if you want to see like a really big update, go watch my May vlog, because that's when we did this. We did this on my birthday, May 15th. We put everything in, and literally, I wonder if I have a picture. I'm sure I have a picture. I'll throw it up on the screen of what everything looked like when we first put everything in, because this shit has grown so much. So, elephant's ear. Then we have a pretty sad canna lily, but there are some new leaves. It had spider mites. We threw it in here. I think it'll do fine. And then we have another castor bean, because these guys can grow like as tall as your house. So hopefully he gets pretty big. Here we have, I did this by seed. It's just like a fescue, like a blue fescue. It kind of looks cool there. This is, I thought it was a coleus, but I think it's like a, I don't know, we called it a Jacob's ladder or something. We called this like a Jacob's ladder or something. I don't know, I can't remember what it was. But I don't know, it kind of looks like a coleus to me. And then here we have like a potato vine. It's supposed to vine over. The other one is vining over. And then we have some petunias, yeah. Purple petunias, and then in the back we have 3 more canna lilies. Those can grow pretty tall. I put a piece of German ivy here. It was dying, but now it's thriving. And then we have some more peppers. We like peppers. We're gonna have lots of nachos this summer. These are just green peppers. Some more, what are these? Petunias. This is called like a walking stick kale. David grew from seed. He said that it gets extremely large, so we'll see. More petunias in the back. And this is what that potato vine is supposed to do. It's supposed to vine over. I think next year, I just want to like put them all in the front and then have like a wall of them. I think that would look pretty cool. This guy has surprised me the most. That's a nicotina. The flowers smell at nighttime, and yeah. And then in the back, it's like an Egyptian, I don't even know, I can't remember the name of that guy. But this is my beautiful garden. I love it so much. Alright you guys, and that concludes my garden and flower tour of the stuff that I have out in the country. I am super excited for all of it because this is the first year that I'm really getting into like gardening. Like I've always my whole life like been around gardening with my parents and everything, but this is the first year where like I'm staying on top of the weeds and I'm really staying on top of watering, and like it's so exciting to see everything grow so well, and I'm really excited to like make nachos and all sorts of yummy stuff. But if you always want updates on anything, don't forget to follow me over on my Instagram because I'm active all the time and I'm always doing updates over there. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, XOXO MM.